Welcome to this video. Action Plan for Existence. In contrast to most videos on this channel, this video will have no, or only very limited technical aspects and content. Please see this video as an intermezzo only. Agroforests. Agroforests are key and become ever more biodiverse and carbon dioxide sequestering if used and maintained as they were used and maintained by the Amazon AMERINDs in the past. These indigenous Amazon agroforests can still be found in the Amazon forest, still presenting extreme soil fertility and productivity. Amazon dark earth or ADE. Although these agroforests and their soils have self-regenerating capacities since the time they were enriched thousands of years ago, IJM nevertheless fear they already are, or will become overexploited more and more, and will disappear altogether. Apart from being used in unsustainable ways today, trucks also roll in, and the soil, Amazon dark earth soil, or ADE soil, is dug out and used or sold per truck as soil and fertilizer. Everyone who already bought organic material soil and/or organic fertilizer knows it has great economical value. To many's surprise, the Amazon forest is in fact a mosaic of agroforests created and/or enriched in the deep past by what we modern humans call Amazon AMERIND tribes. ADE culture. We still can detect these ADE soils and their agroforests after a minimum of 500 years, but most probably after thousands of years. They most probably were formed long before the Younger Dryas, that started 12,800 years ago, or even long before. These ADE soils cover 4% of the Amazon forest, according to some scientists and studies. If we would stop and analyze, we would discover that what we call tribes would possibly be what came closest to how democracy should look like. But politics, or what we think it is not my subject. We would analyze it with modern human parameters anyhow, so I prefer not to enter into this subject. The Amazon forest, or rather the agroforests that compose it, were built or rather enriched by AMERINDs several thousands of years ago, and this certainly with the active and dedicated help of a number of animals, with the macaw being a key animal amongst them. Many will have difficulty to believe the indigenous built the Amazon forest. This building has been a long-term process that was followed up and executed generation after generation by our ancestors. Macaw example. The macaws are part of the building of ADE soils and consequently of enriched agroforests, independently of everything, if humans do their additional part or not. All that the indigenous would need of knowledge to enrich forests and agroforests could come from observing nature and especially the macaw. What I can say now is that the indigenous are extreme observers of forests, its biodiversity, etc. I know this firsthand. As just said, the macaws do build and enrich ADE soils and agroforests because they are extreme and dedicated seed dispersers that often define the composition and structure of the forest or environment they live in, a habitat, independent if that is the pantanal agroforests in general, or the Amazon forest, and that in all their varieties. Just as an example, certain Amazon forest seeds germinate only after digestion by certain animals, after passing through the intestines, which you can consider a trigger. In cases the macaw lands on the ground to select and pick up with his claws certain seeds excreted by wild animals, but also domesticated animals like cows. Even cows like to eat certain fruits that after digestion are dropped by the animal, including cows, in an infertile location, including the paths they walk. By the way, these excreted and dropped seeds picked up by the macaws have no food value for the macaws, and the macaws do not even put the seed in its beak as they prefer to carry a branch with seeds. Next, the macaws carry those often heavy branch with seeds over kilometers to only drop them in a certain place. These macaws are wild animals. Nobody teaches them to select and dedicatedly and strategically plant seeds. In separate studies, scientists find out the macaws, at least on occasions, probably on all occasions, define directly the composition and indirectly the structure of the forest. It is important to know that apart from composition, structure, stability also is needed for a tropical forest, with sometimes undeep soils, to develop and sustain. This is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I hope to see you in our next video.